Hello, in today's video we will see how to do a plagiarism check for a particular document by using a software called as Turnitin. So this is an online tool, so for this we are supposed to open your browser and I will search for Turnitin. So you see this first link which comes in www.turnitin.com. so I click on that particular link. So here you are supposed to select your region, so I select it as Asia and remember my choice, so that is already checked. I click on Asia. So this is the home page of Turnitin website. So before joining in, what you have to do is make sure that you have your username and password with you. So once I have it, I click on login on the top right. It asks for my login, that is email address and password. I just type my username, that's my email ID, and my password. Click on login. So this is the page where we have all your classes. So it is working like we have separate classes in this, and for each class we will be having assignments. So under assignments we will add the documents which are to be checked for plagiarism. So what I will do is, the first step is you are supposed to add a class, so I click on add class on the right side. So there are two class types, there is a master class and the standard class. So I keep it as standard itself. I give a class name, I will give it as project reports, and we have to create an enrollment key. So I'll just create something like PR001, so let it be, because project reports, I just take the first two alphabets and I just add any number to it. Okay, so it can be anything. Next we are supposed to select the subject area, so mine is computer science and programming. I select that. The students level, so my students level come under postgraduate, so I click on postgraduate. The class date is nothing but today's date which comes there, and class end date you can choose it from here, can be any date, so let it be 9 December 2020. I click on submit. So when I click on submit, you can see that it will show you a class ID and enrollment key. So this, if the students are having account, what we can do is we can give the ID and enrollment key to the students, so that students by themselves will be able to submit the documents to this. But here I don't have my students account, so what I will do is I will upload my documents by myself. So I click on continue. So you can see this class has been added. I click on this class which I created just now. So it is telling that before you or your students can submit a paper, you first need to create an assignment. So I have an option called as add assignment on the right side. I click on add assignment. Okay, so it asks for the assignment title. I give the title as reports. Point value can be added if at all you want to give some marks to students. Okay, so start date is today's date. A due date of the assignment, it is coming as 14 June, so I'll keep it as it is. No problem. If at all if you want to extend it, you can extend it, or if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it. Posting it is nothing but after you are done with the assignment, when you want the students to get the results back. So this we have not worried about this, so we just keep as it is. And you can see allow only file type that Turnitin can check for similarity, so I'll keep by setting like that itself. The important thing is we have to do one change in the optional settings, so I click on optional settings. So this is where the instructions for assignments have to be added. I'll keep it as blank. So allow submissions after due date, let it be yes itself, no problem. Generate similarity report for submission, yes. And when are you supposed to generate the report? So immediately after the final report, the first report is final, so I select the same option itself. So exclude bibliographic material from similarity index, it is no, so let it be in that way itself, no need to change that. So excluding bibliographic material should be no. Exclude quarter material from the similarity index also will be no. Exclude small sources also, we will keep it as no. If you want to change, you can change it. I can give the word count, so how many words can be the threshold or something, you can give that, but I'll keep it as no itself. As now it came, it is. Allow student to see the similarity reports, it is no, let it be like that. This is an important part. Make sure it is as no repository. So if it is standard repository, it means that it will get added to the repository and when the students make some corrections, or if we submit it again, it shows that 100% plagiarism. So that is, so make sure it is no repository whenever you are doing this. So this is an important thing what is to be done. So the other options, let it be as it is. So we don't have any rubrics also. I click on submit. So now you see that the assignment has been added here. So next what you have to do is you have to click on view. So when you click on view, you get this. So this is the reports. So my class was project reports. Under that I had an assignment called as report. So that is where we are. So now we can start submitting the file. So I click on submit file. It will ask, so it is a non-enrolled student, so let it be. So I can, so here we can give the name of the student. So what I will do is I'll give the name as 1, and last name also I just give it as 1. Submission title also I'll give it as something like 1. So here it is better to give the student name and the submission title. So title can be the particular project thesis title or something can be given there. So it is again showing there the file you are submitting will not be added to repository, and you can submit the document either from the computer or from the Dropbox or from Google Drive. So I have my files on my computer itself. So I select choose from this computer. I just scroll down. I have my reports here. So I have my first report. So this you can see it is a Word document. I just click on this .x. I just click on upload. So this takes some time because the file has to get uploaded. It depends on how many number of pages or the size of the particular file. So you can see that the file is getting uploaded. Okay, so once it is uploaded, you will get the details on the left hand side. So you get the first name and the last name here, the assignment title, the submission title, that is whatever was the report name will be there, the file name what you has uploaded, the size of the file, how many pages are there, the 62 pages, how much is the word count and how much is the character count, right? So from here itself we will be able to know whether there are actually words which have been put there or whether there are images which have been added instead of words. So once it is done, I click on confirm. Right, so it is telling congratulations, your submission is complete. This is a digital receipt. So now again if I want, I can go back to assignment inbox, or I click on submit another file. Similarly, you have an option to upload multiple files. So this was single file upload. So you can see there is a down arrow here. I go for the multiple file upload. So this is what you get. So it tells that each file must be less than 100 MB and file must have at least 20 words of text, and the maximum paper length can be of 400 pages, and you can see the different file types which is allowed: Word, PowerPoint, WordPerfect, PostScript or PDF, HTML, RTF, OpenOffice, Docs, anything is there. So I click on choose file. I select my other files here. So third file, the fourth file, the fifth file and the sixth file. So it is getting processed. So once it is getting processed, you can see that you will get the options to enter the names here. So this is a third person, so last name is, I'll just give that same value so that it will be easy for me to understand. But when you do that, make sure you give proper names for this particular students as well as for this title. So since I had given names for this document, I will be able to identify this. Okay, and I am showing a demo here, so it is okay. So I click on upload all. So it is just asking to confirm. So you can see it is submitting all the files. So this way will be best way to do or to upload multiple file documents. You can also upload a zip file, but rather than that, this would be a better option where you can put all the files. So you can see after you upload, this is the similarity index which is coming here. So other similarity index are not yet done because it is being done in the background, but for each document as and when it is done, you will be able to get to see here. So you can wait for a few minutes for this to be done, but it will not take much time. If a document is too big, then it takes a little bit more amount of time. Otherwise it will take hardly a few minutes. You can see already for the first document and second document, the similarity index is being generated. So for the first person it is coming 24%, So to see the document where plagiarism is being done, what I can do is I can click on this percentage here. I click on this 24%, click on the percentage values, you will be getting a new window getting opened here. So you can see it will highlight from which particular sources it have been done, and you can see the same value. So here it was 24, so here also there is the same 24 value. Match overview is there. So when I click on that, here itself it shows from which particular website the percentage of copying has been done or the plagiarism has been done. So I click on hide this panel. You can see there is a download option. So I click on download. You get 3 options: current view, digital receipt, or originally submitted file. So I need the current view. So whatever plagiarism is done, I need the current view. So I click on the current view. So you might have noticed the first document, actually what we uploaded was a Word document, but when we download you get it as a PDF. Okay, so it asks for the name. So what I will do is I will just paste it in the same folder where I have my reports. So I will just rename it. I will give it as 1-plagiarism report. Right, I click on save. So that is been saved. So I will just open that document and I will show it to you. I have reports, I have plagiarism report here. So this is a document. So whatever this is the title of the document which I had given, this is the first name and this is the last name. So when you scroll down, you will be able to see the plagiarism things, and I come to the last page. So last page you can see you will be getting from where it has been copied also. So this is how it shows. So it is 24% similarity index is there, and 6% is from internet sources, 1% is from publication, and 23% is from student papers. So I will just come to this particular page. Okay, so here you can see so this is highlighted as 7, and this is highlighted, green is highlighted as 4, and this is highlighted as 68. So this corresponding values you have to see there, 7, 4 and 68, right? So I come to this last page. So 7 is here, so this means that had been copied from SlideShare. 16 is this, it is submitted to University of Tunku Abdul Rahman, right? So similar way we will be able to track from which particular source it had come. So I will just close this window and I will see this page. I will just refresh this particular page. See, once you are refreshed, you will be able to see the similarity check has been done. So this is how it has been rated. So the second paper is having only 8% of similarity index, the fourth paper is having 10%, the fifth paper is having 20%, the sixth is having 23, the first paper is having 24, and the third paper is having 34. So this is how it comes. So as I told, you can just click here and you can download the current view, and you can send it to the particular students and ask them to check for it or do the necessary corrections. If you want to watch tutorials on a particular tool, kindly comment below. Also, if you want to watch all the videos on multiple tools available, kindly subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.